Who needs some dining room chairs? Actually, I do. That's why we're doing this. Welcome back everyone, Adam here with Indie Farm Life. So not too long ago, I finished a custom farmhouse style table with matching bench for our kitchen, but now we need some chairs to round it out. Initially, I was gonna try to find something on Facebook Marketplace. My wife wanted to spend a small fortune on Wayfair. After having zero luck trying to find anything old that I could refinish that would match our style, I then decided to have some custom made. The problem is the guy that I found wanted $925 to build these exact chairs. And I couldn't stomach paying $925 for 5 chairs. So what did I do? Well, kind of what I always do. I turned to Google, YouTube, and Amazon and found these. I got 6 chairs delivered to the house for $625 from International Concepts. And the quality is actually pretty nice. And yes, I can count. I know there are only 5 chairs sitting here. And we're gonna build the last one together, and I'll give you a little bit more detail about these chairs. So these chairs are made of para wood, which I believe comes from a rubber tree. And it's actually quite nice. They're rated to hold, I think, 250 pounds each, so pretty stout little chairs. And they have these things sanded down to easily 220 grit, or maybe even beyond. My plan is to prime and paint the frames white, and then these seat tops are gonna get stained to match our table. These things are very much like anything you get from IKEA or any ready to assemble furniture. All right, just wanted to stage all my hardware. The ones with no arms come in packs of 2, and the armed chairs come in packs of 1. So we wanted to have 2 armed chairs at the end and 3 across the one side. So we'll have an extra we could bring in at Thanksgiving or whatever. Here's a quick tip to save you a ton of time on any project like this where you have these ready to assemble pieces of furniture. You often get a ton of hardware, right? And they give you a little Allen key. What you want to do, cut the 90 off of the Allen key so you still have the other end, and then stick it in a drill. You will save so much time, especially when you have multiple of something to put together like this. Man law. The instructions don't say to use a trash can, but I came up with this ingenious method on my own. We'll see how they finish up, but for the money, I'm really pleased with these things so far. They're very well built. Like I said, the sanding on these things is phenomenal. They're definitely ready to finish. The legs, the seat frame, and the back piece kind of all just bolt together with these machine screws. The instructions don't say to use glue actually anywhere. And I definitely did not on these machine screws, but I did when I put these cross braces in. You'll see here in a moment. These legs are just loosely fit here, and then the 3 pieces kind of go together. And put glue in these joints here, which I'll do those first, and then the corner pieces. These actually get wood screws in them to lock them in place. I realize this probably isn't that thrilling of a video, but if you're in the market for some dining chairs, probably quite helpful because these are a lot cheaper than having something custom built. These are exactly what we wanted. So I just filled both these little pockets full of glue. We're gonna smash them together and watch it go everywhere. See it come at the top there. So probably not necessary to set this in place while you do these couple screws, but it's kind of surprising that they don't call for glue on these joints. Just tiny little wood screws here. I'm using Titebond 3. I'd recommend Titebond 2 or Titebond 3 for this. I'll link it below. Here's where the mess comes in. So at this point, if you had a chair that did not have the arms, it would be done. But you'll notice this chair is a little different because they just pre-drilled the holes for the arms. And the arms go on pretty easily. You have a dowel up here, which goes in that hole, and it's a screw. I will be gluing that. You get a couple of those machine screws in here, and this is just in top here. When you fit these pieces together, this is just a dowel. No screw there, but I will probably put a little bit of wood glue on that as well. So I'll get those arms in that chair, and then these will be ready for painting. I am not going to bring you guys along for that process. We'll circle back when all of that is done. I'm going to take these out in the barn, warm it up, get a spray booth set up so I can spray prime and paint these things, and then I'll stain the tops. One thing I advise though, if you're going to be staining these in general or just the seat tops, before you do, flip them over, stain this side to make sure it's going to take properly. That's what I'm going to be doing. I have no idea how this wood, this par wood, is going to take the stain as compared to the red oak I did. So I want to be sure that I match this to my table. So I basically have 6 pieces. I have 6 bottom sides that I can test until I get the right stain to match, because what I have may not be it. So let me get these painted and stained, and then we'll loop back and see how they turned out. I mean, I can already envision eating lots of steak dinners in these chairs. It's gonna be nice. All right, so here they are, all finished up. I think they turned out beautifully. On the frames, I primed them and then painted them using a sprayer. Wasn't too bad. And on the seat tops, these got a Minwax special walnut, I believe it is, stain, and about 3 or 4 coats of polyacrylic finish. There's the stain. I'll link that below if I can. And there's the top coat. So the last thing to do is just get these in the house and see how well they match the table, and put some felt pads on them so we don't scratch up the floor. So here is a final look at our setup. I'm actually very pleased with how this par wood stained as compared to the red oak. It's a little off, but all in all, not too bad. So with this bench and our 6 chairs, we can easily seat 10, and if you know this side's mostly children, we can probably get a dozen people in here now when we need to. One of these will not live here long term. It'll be probably stored in the basement and pulled out for special occasions, but very pleased with these chairs from International Concepts. So if you're in the market for some dining chairs, definitely give these a look. They're really well built for the money, and they finish up very nicely. We'll see you guys next time. Take care.